Yo. What's up, dialoguers? It's your boy, Minedialogue, back once again, sharing info for you to comprehend. And before you know it, you'll start to ascend. What's up, everybody? It's your boy, back at it for another session. We are here for Sunday, August 10th at 8:34 p.m. Futures market has opened. I pulled up the ES chart. ES is essentially the futures asset class commodities for the S&P 500. So it's basically like the S&P 500, but the futures version, right? So a lot of times, folks that are paying attention to futures, it'll help you determine what price action or the bias is going to be for the most part. Now, we finished out the week pretty strong. We had a losing day on Monday, and then we had 4 winning days back to back. So we finished the week green. That's always great. Just as an update, I started journaling again the plays so I can be able to give you all specific feedback on my entry, what I was thinking, and all that good stuff. So I'm here on the 14-minute. That's a custom time frame that I created, but I'm here on the 14-minute time frame. I found a channel that I thought that was important, and so there's a couple places that we manipulated outside of, like right here. Got a manipulation here, 1, a big manipulation here, 2, you got another one here, 3. So now, could I have drawn the trend lines a little bit differently? Yeah, I could have, but there were still going to be manipulations outside of it, right? Because I want to be able to hit as many points as possible. So, for example, these 2 points right here could be, let me see here, like, let me make them a different color. But like this blue color right here, these 2 could have been the first reference points. You might be like, well, why didn't you draw higher at that higher manipulation? Well, because I can plainly see that it was a manipulation, and plus when I draw the trend line going up, you can see where the general area of us reaching new highs are at, right? And this sticks out like a sore thumb, this yellow circle right here. So I detected this channel here. There wasn't much manipulation to the downside, however, just stronger wicks for a couple places. And so I initially was going to take a sell to go down at the bottom of this trend line, but I was like, the move is just about over. My data on futures is also a little delayed, so I had to look on Robinhood to see where we were. So the move was just about over. So I, instead of putting getting a contract to sell, I placed an order down here for a buy because I anticipated us coming to hit the bottom of this trend line, or the bottom of this channel, in order to get a bounce. And so we got our first real solid, well, let me extend this line to the left. So if I extend it to the left, you can see another manipulation here, right? It's a pretty strong manipulation, actually. That's if we have a touch point prior. Let's see if there's a touch point prior down here. Not really. Yeah, I don't feel like going all the way that far back. But nonetheless, let's see here. Let's make this a different color. Make these a different color. I'll extend this to the left. Now, mind you, I drew it from the current place that we're at, but I'm extending it to the left, and you can see how it's going to end up tagging. If it's a proper trend line, you'll see how it tags the proper places correctly, right? Because you can see here, for the top trend line, remember when I extended the bottom trend line of this channel, it didn't tag here, but when I did the top, you can see we manipulated below here on the bottom, and so it caught the top of the channel here, went up, and then we dipped inside of this channel here, right? Then we started going in there and then manipulated below, manipulated up top a couple times, and then we started ping-ponging per usual when we're dealing with our channels, right? And then now, because of this horizontal line, why did I draw this line here? I'm trying to, I think I just drew this line because it was at the top of a bullish fair value gap. So you can see the place where I got my order, I'm in profit now, about $337. The place where I got my order was at the start of a bullish fair value gap, meaning that there was upward price action in a very quick fashion that left a gap in orders right there. I'm gonna turn off this extension so you can see where it starts from just about. All right, so this bullish fair value gap right here, that's where I got my order. They tagged it, right? But then they manipulated below. So it wasn't that much drawdown that I saw. I think I probably saw like 80. The highest that I saw, it could have been, or the lowest that I saw that I drew down to, could have been lower, but all I saw was like $87 of drawdown, which is pretty good, pretty good entry. So I caught it at the end of this move to tag the top of this channel. They created a bullish fair value gap there, and that's where I put my order down here, which aligned with the bottom of the trend line. So now we're going to see what it wants to do now, because now it essentially creates a proper wedge, right? So to me, this is where the difference occurs, where I speak about a channel, which is just a particular area where we're specting a certain parameters or range inside of a certain area. And then when you draw like another trend line, let's say like this, right? We could do a trend line to the bottom like this, right? You got a trend line like that, you're gonna get some rejection. We already rejected here once, and now we're rejecting again. So now we're in the corner. Now it's a wedge because we're in a corner now, essentially. And so what has to happen now is we got to break out of that corner, and it's either going to be to the upside or to the downside. Now, when I was doing my analysis on SPY, which I'll go over to now, it looked like we wanted to go up higher. Now, we're probably going to come down. We should come down to get some type of reprieve or fuel to go back up. But based on my analysis of what I was looking at on SPY, it looked like we wanted to go higher. So I'm going to find, I kind of started messing with some levels and stuff already. Let's see here. I think it might have been on this. And I found a new indicator that I'm using from Lux Algo. I'm trying to understand how to fully use it to see if it could be of value. But it essentially shows me like the net volume of each candle. I don't fully understand it just yet, but I am just trying to mess around with it. So if you see like pieces of candles that are red and pieces that are green, that's I added all these. That is the indicator that's on, and so I'm trying to understand it fully. I think it could be of value, possibly. We'll see. I don't know yet. All right, so now I did some analysis already from last night just because I had a little extra time on my hands and I just wanted to see what was going on for the week. And so let me see here to make sure we're on good time. So for me, it looks like we want to go higher up here to the 640, 641 level, possibly even higher, depending on where we catch the trend line at. So let's say if we consolidate or move flat, right? If we move flat, let's see here. No, that's going to be too deep. If we move flat a little bit, we can catch a trend line here, which would be up at like 643. So what I believe is going to happen now is we came down here, manipulated. Well, we hit into this we into a real key level. This is a weekly discount entry level, which is really key, really strong. If we're manipulating below a weekly discount entry level, that you can see the move that happened as a result. That's from 630, and we're all the way up here at 638 right now. So that's a really nice move. Now, we caught some of it at the end of the day on Thursday, and then we were able to catch some more of it on Friday. And then they started doing a little bit of consolidation in aftermarket. But as you can see here, let's see what we got going on. I'm watching this bigger red channel here because we manipulated below it, and now we're back above it. We got support off of it. We got a manipulation and support off of this measurement start, right? And now we're kind of in the smaller blue channel. I feel like we want to, if we in fact come back down to get support, I don't see us coming lower than this upper ADR area. I see this as the support area because we already manipulated below it and we're above it. And so because I think we want to continue up, we should be coming back down to get some support here, and then we should blast away. Again, it all depends on where we are in the channel at the time, but like let's say around 1 o'clock, if we're over here, they're going to catch the channel all the way up here at 644. I got a weekly 2 level up here at 646. That area I am watching very, very closely. Matter of fact, I'm going to put a price target on it just because when I was doing some deep level analysis, higher time frame analysis, retracement measurements, channels, all the stuff that I use, when I was doing some analysis, this is the key level that came up. And so what I believe could happen is we can manipulate outside of the top of the bigger channel created by these red ascending parallel lines. Either wick into this 2 level. It would be great if we can close above it for the manipulation. Highs get swept and we get a nice reversal down. If we do that, come back inside of this channel, we're at minimum, we're going to come all the way back down to the 641. Probably more realistically, back down to the 638 area, where we have one of my key areas from the measurement that I do, where it's supposed to be a rejection area, but they're going to use it as support if we get up here. So right now, if we check on Robinhood and, what futures is doing and its impact on SPY right now, let's see here. Right now we are at, all right, so we're at 638.07. So we're literally right under this 50%, 21 minute, August 10th, or today. I created this really, really early in the morning, but we're right below this level right here. And so what I'm looking for is for us to break below this channel and come and get support either in the 630, probably in the 636 area. I think most ideal would probably be like let's see. This is a 21 minute we're on now, so let's see. By pre-market, so let's go closer so you can see better. So let's see here. By 9:15, we're gonna be right here. So it all depends on what happens at 4 a.m. Let's go on a 15 minute real quick so we get even time frames. So This is going to be the 4 a.m. open. Make this darker. Let's make this another. Let's make this red. All right, that's going to be your 4 a.m., that red vertical line. That's going to be 4 a.m. And this is 9. Let's go for 9:30. All right, so that's going to be your 4 a.m. open. So I'm interested to see how we open 4 a.m. I would like us to gap down. Well, right now, technically, we're right here at 638. So let me create a black line. All right. According to Robinhood, right now, we're right here where that black line is. And we're coming down lower. But I'm going to just put this for now so you all can see that. So this is 15 minute, 8, 10, 25. Current price at 8:50 p.m. And we're at 638 roughly. Really 637.95, but I'm gonna keep it there just because I don't want to keep changing it. So right there where that black line is. So technically right now we've gapped down from where we closed at in the aftermarket trading on Friday evening, where we basically gapped down already. So what I'm looking for is for us to continue coming down and get support off of this in this upper ADR area. We might even come lower. In the morning, I'm going to try to detect some type of like head and shoulder pattern. If we do a measurement, right? Let's say if we do a measurement from this, I like this 21-minute discount entry level right here, because it's kind of like in concert with, you know, they can manipulate down here possibly, but I'm gonna just use it. Let's see where it has us going. If we were to go to the swing high up here, the last level that can hold us up is at 636.77, right below the lower ADR range of 636.87. I like that because it's still in this neck area right here. Because technically right now this looks like a head and shoulder, a more wonky one, but one nonetheless still. I'm gonna, so let's make this darker. Let's make this purple. So this is a more wonky looking type of head and shoulder, but one nonetheless. So what we're gonna do is this. All right. So this is a more wonky head and shoulder, but your head, just like I thought, was right here. So let's move this. Oops, not the Fibonacci tool. The circle. So this is our head portion right here. Right? So I'm looking for us to get support off of the head. And if we draw it from the discount level, we get support in the head there. Let's see if we were to start our measurement from the actual measure start down here. We still get support down here at the head. So I like this context right here at that 636.46. Let's see what happens. I'm gonna make this lighter. Let's see what this looks like if we actually go from the swing low of the head. See, beautiful. If we actually measure from the swing low of the head, which is right here. That's our starting point, and our end point is up here of this swing high. The lowest level we can get support at is actually right here. What is this purple line? I don't know what I made this purple line for, to be honest, but that's the last level to hold us up. I like that area right here. So yeah, we're gonna see how this pans out. So we might get something right. Yeah, this is this is not a bearish fair value gap. Let's go down on a lower time frame. Let's go on the 5 minute and see what the 5 minute looks like. So yeah, the 5 minute is the last level to hold us up, is right there, the bearish fair value gap. So yeah, I'll be paying attention to that. Let me see. Let's measure a bigger range real quick to see. Let's go on a bigger time frame again. Let me take this off, get it out of our way because we already measured it. I had a bigger head and shoulder pattern that I drew out. Let's see. Let me see if I could make it darker for you to see. So this was a bigger head and shoulder pattern that I drew out, where we got our head up here, right? But really the huge, big, like cojones of head and shoulder is this right here. We referenced this already at one point. This is the big cojones of head and shoulders here. And this is the right arm. And the right arm made its own head and shoulders. And so we already got support in this head portion. They went up and made their own head and shoulders here. So what I see happening for this big head and shoulder here is us getting support within the head here, right? Which is in alignment to that area for the other smaller head and shoulder we're looking at. So it's a lot of things lining up beautifully. Make that lighter. So that's what I'm looking at, folks. I'm looking for manipulation down to a particular level. I'll get more clarity in the morning to see if I can detect like a smaller head and shoulder for the manipulation move. And then we will see where our entry is going to be. All right. So yeah, that's what I'm looking at, folks. We'll see what happens. The levels are labeled out. This is a 21-minute August 10th 50% entry level that I have here, which is very close to the current price. Let's see if it's gotten any lower. Let's do a time check. All right, we're about to wrap it up, folks. So yeah, we're back around that 638 level. So that's going to be key. So that's what we're looking at, folks. I feel like at minimum, we want to come up here to the 640, 641. If they want to be ambitious, we can get, I can definitely see us getting up here to the 642 area. It just all depends on how price action you have takes place. You got this confluence here at the 644 level where two different trend lines cross. So I'm going to strike a horizontal line through that because that's going to be key. And that's pretty much it, folks. That's the frame out of what I'm expecting to happen. Looking for manipulation down using upper ADR, or for them to even manipulate below here for support. And then a pop up to the 640, 641. It also aligns with our average true range. The daily true range on Friday was a little bit smaller, but I'm expecting a nice Monday move. So we'll see what happens, y'all. I appreciate you as usual. Remember to like, share, comment, subscribe. Support the Cash App if you want to continue receiving content, gems, and different things that'll help you with your analysis for trading and or investing. Cash App is $, Minedialogue. That's money sign Minedialogue. That's money sign Minedialogue. Email is minddialogue.business@gmail.com. That's Minedialogue, one word, Minedialogue.business@gmail.com. And have a great rest of the evening, y'all. Have a great Sunday on purpose. I appreciate y'all as usual. Love.